Hello and welcome to this ECU tuning masterclass where we'll be covering petrol, diesel, standalone ECUs and remaps. Let me take you through this introduction with a small overview about myself. I am Sajit and let me just take a couple of seconds and quickly introduce myself. I am an automotive professional with 20 years of experience, professional work experience, and I am the founder and CEO for Rainlab Technologies and Sirius Motorsports. I am also the franchisee partner for Code 6 Chennai, and apart from this, I also work with three other organizations. So the first one in the OEM sector in the automotive industry, I work with this company called Detroit Engineered Products, which is headquartered out of USA, where I am the vertical head and I head the embedded practice for electric powertrains and autonomous ADAS accounts. So in my role as the vertical head at DEP, we work with companies like Aptiv, which make these ECUs actual ECUs. We also work with the customers for these companies like Ford, Stellantis, Dodge, etc. We also work quite a lot with the electric vehicle companies such as Tesla Motors and Livewire. So Livewire is the electric vehicle division for Harley Davidson. Now, the other organization I work with is on the academic side. I work with BITS Pilani as an adjunct professor, where I teach courses on engines, controls, ADAS, mechatronics, systems engineering, etc. The third one, I work in the startup sector. I'm a technical advisor at an incubator called AICCIIC, which is a incubator for clean tech and smart mobility. So that's about me. Now, before we move further, let me just ask you this question. What exactly do you mean by tuning? Now, quite a lot of you want to get into ECU tuning for a lot of different reasons. Some of it could be motorsports, and some of it could be to start your own business or something like that. But whichever way you look at it, right? So, the process that we understand as tuning, we kind of ascertain it to sports cars, to racing vehicles, and to something on that side, right? We just think of it in terms of performance alone. But what if I were to tell you that tuning is not just that? Tuning is going to be a lot more of things than that. Tuning helps you understand engines and auxiliary systems. Of course, we leverage this understanding to extract more power and torque. So that is what we typically deal with as ECU tuning. That is the primary objective of this course. But using the information that you have got from this course, you would also be able to do some diagnostics. So diagnostics is to understand when things go wrong with the vehicle and to figure out how you can fix it. So that is diagnostics. That is one more extra outcome that you would probably get from this course. You can also use this course to understand how to add new components to your vehicle. You could think of adding some intake, exhaust, or a turbocharger, for example. So those are the modifications, right? What we call as modifications. And finally, using this innate understanding that you have on these systems, you would also be able to go and develop new systems altogether. So that would be what we call as R&D, the automotive R&D, which we speak about. Now, this level 1 course which we have over here, this would cover the following modules. You would go over the fundamentals of IC engines, which means it doesn't really matter which branch of engineering you are in, which year you are in. Doesn't even matter if you are in engineering or diploma or if you are just in 10th standard, right? So all you need to do is have an understanding of what a car is, right? If you have an interest in understanding what a car is, if you can drive a car, or you don't know any of those things but you are still interested, you can do this course, because we're going to start with the fundamentals. We're going to teach you what the IC engine is. Then we're going to teach you the concept of tuning, right? We're not just going to say that, okay, hey, this is what tuning is, this is how you take an ECU. No, we're not doing that. We're going to take you through the concepts of tuning. We're going to help you understand how exactly this is going to go do, right? You're going to like learn various tools and stuff like that. And finally, you'll be able to perform a hands-on tuning with a patent pending system, which is the virtual line. So in the level 1 courses, once you're done with that, the master class adds on diesel tuning. The primary advantage with this is with the diesel tuning. And after we are done with diesel tuning, we have advanced petrol tuning, which would involve conditions like dynamic conditions, transient conditions, and things like that. Then we go on to remaps. What are the what are the type of tools that we use for remaps, how do you use the tools, how do we actually do the remap on a car. We'll have some hands-on examples for remaps, and then we move on to using some advanced tools like your O2 sensor, your exhaust gas O2 sensors, the wideband tool, and we also look at oscilloscopes, function generators, and how we can use it for diagnosing if something goes wrong with the car. So usually the thing is, remaps are supposed to be like a lot more easier to kind of do when compared to standalone ECU tuning. But still, you need to have some tools in case something does go wrong. So we will spend some time looking at that. And then we move on to performance modification. So how do you add an intake system, an exhaust system, something like cams? How do you add turbos, nitrous oxide systems, and all of those things? And the reason you would probably be looking at doing this course, you might have your own reasons, but from a career perspective, so once you're done with this course, this would help you set up in 3 different career streams. So the primary one would be, you want to open your own garage, you want to open up your performance shop or something like that. This is going to help you with it. It's going to help you work as a race engineer. You could join some some of the organizations where you could work as a race engineer, or using this as the fundamentals, you could develop more skill sets and you could start working in some automotive R&D divisions. Hope you had enough information to take a decision on this. I hope to see you on the inside soon, and happy tuning.